What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 9 of our Bayer Leverkusen Let's Play here in Football Manager 2019. And today we're back. We're going to be taking on Dortmund in the Bundesliga, and additionally, a bit of a bonus game. We're also going to do the German Cup quarter-final against Leipzig, which previously I said I wasn't going to do. The reason for that being is the fixtures are just coming thick and fast. We have so many huge games. We're still in every competition, and it felt like a disservice just to do the one game today, particularly since, of course, last episode where we took on Bordeaux was just, well, 3 days ago in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, today we're going to do the Leipzig game. Next episode, Europa League second knockout round, Sevilla, the team we've been drawn against. Ben Yedder's former club. That could be kind of interesting to see how that goes. And well, you can see the March period where I said, oh, we've got loads of breathing room, loads of time to rest. It's now just looks really clogged up and busy again, so that didn't last for too long. Anyway, team news for today's game. As I said, there's no games to catch up on. This is the squad we're going to go with. Radetzky in goal. Vendel coming back from injury, still lacking a little bit of match fitness, but he's just an irreplaceable player in our team. 7.4 average rating for this season really does scream that. Elsewhere in the team, you can see we are going to go with Sven Bender and Jonathan Tah in the centre-back positions. Jedvaj is going to play right-back. Aranguiz and Lars Bender at centre-mid. Fischer, Havertz and Bailey, and Volland up top. The reason for not playing Julian Brandt is simply his form's been awful. That average rate for the last 5 games, 6.68, just not good enough. So we're going to bring in Fischer and see what he can do. We've got options on the bench, you know, players like Lucas Paqueta, I maybe would have chanced, but his condition just isn't quite there. Almiron, still not 100% fit with his groin strain, but we're going to have him on the bench just in case. But yeah, this is the team we're going to go with. I'm pretty happy with it. And it's a team that I think should be good enough to really challenge Dortmund here. One thing I should talk about actually before we get into today's game is the fact that you can see here Leipzig lost against Hoffenheim, Bayern won against Hertha Berlin. So as a result, we have a game in hand over both teams. We're down in third. A win here would see us go top of the league. A draw would see us maintain our second place kind of position. A position where we've been for a little while now in the season. But yes, with ourselves slipping up recently and Leipzig, Bayern right back in the title chase. Anyway, looking at their team, that's a very strong team they're going to play today. Royce, Pulisic, Alcacer, Witzel, also Eggstein. That I guess, did they sign Eggstein? I guess they must have done, yeah. 20 million they bought him in for. It's a good team. Our team, though, I like our team. Our team's good. I like our team. I know that's a not exactly, well, it's Captain Obvious, Jack. If I didn't like my team, then my squad building would have gone wrong somewhere, because I feel like within 6 months of a save, more often than not, you can kind of start to mould a squad to something that you're very happy with. But yeah, I need to answer all these press conference questions because I'm trying to get my media handling good. I'd be curious to know in the comments, do you do these kind of match things? I used to not do them, but this year, for this beta save at least, I'm doing all the press conferences. I do feel like they've kind of streamlined down. Don't know where strimmed came from. They have streamlined down the work, the press conferences and kind of just the general workload that it felt like you had to go for. It always felt like a bit of a chore. Aranguiz has twisted his knee. So Paqueta, I hope you enjoyed your break, mate. You're coming on after 8 minutes. But yeah, what I was going to say is, you know, FM this year, they do feel like the press conferences have been streamlined. There's a lot less repeat comments, which is kind of nice. So I am trying to do a conscious effort to answer them more. I would be very curious to know how you guys are approaching them this year too. Anyway, this is a big game for us. Obviously, it's kind of unusual how thick and fast the games have been coming this season, but that is the nature of the beast when you're in every competition. And well, that's not ideal, is it? Dortmund with the goal, Paco Alcacer with the finish, and we drop down to third. Just to look at how the league table will look with these kind of scores if they stay as they are. I don't want to watch that goal again. I hope that's okay. I'm waiting to be able to click the show more match information, but I think we can only click it once a replay starts. Can we have a replay? Preferably in our favour, that would be nice. Lars Bender's now picked up an injury. What is that? I mean, I feel like in all the big games we pick up the worst injuries, right? Koa, get in the team. The fact I've had to sub off both centre mids so early on is a little bit of a pain. But half time, not a classic first half I was about to say, but it looks like at half time, I was going to say it's going to be 1-0, but Dortmund here on the attack. Just looking at the league table here, you can see a win for Dortmund would help them close the gap on us. A win here for us would all but guarantee us a top 3 finish. But, well, the way things are going so far, it's a long way off being able to even conceive that idea, the idea that we could win this game, because Dortmund have been all over us. They're knocking the ball around nicely here. Can we deal with this back post? Vendel heads it clear. Paqueta now picks up. Could we hit them on the counter-attack? 20 seconds left of the half. Paqueta, was that a shot or a cross? I don't think he knows. Either way, 1-0 it's going to be at half-time. Not good enough. We've not been at the races so far this game. I don't want to do it, but I do need to get very shouty here. In terms of tactics, in terms of the team, we only have the one sub that we can make now, which does kind of give us a little bit of a problem. I'm going to switch from positive to go more attacking in this second half. We've not created enough really by our own standards. Dortmund have had a decent amount of opportunities. Not a huge amount. It's been, again, very bogged down in the midfield. But hopefully being a little more assertive in our play, a little more aggressive, we can try and grind out a better performance here in the second half. With the 2 changes that we've been forced into already, we've not got a whole host of options to, dramatically change our system or our approach to this game. But, well, we'll see what we can do here. Paqueta's ball into the box, very underwhelming. Alcacer knocks it down. It's worth noting Dortmund have had to make 2 changes of their own. And while the ball pulled back here, Witzel hit hard and hit true. De Hood with the goal. And it was a good finish. I don't know if Hradeski could have done much more with that. And Dortmund double their lead, which is a bitter pill to swallow before the hour mark. Alcacer here breaks clean. Is that Sven Bender? It is. Missing his tackle then. A deflected pass off Jonathan Tah just leaves our centre-backs in no man's land completely. Dortmund find the back of the net. 2-0. Just not good enough, I think, is the best way to say things. I've not done a shout, I think, in this entire series so far. I was about to do one and then it closed on me. So I guess we'll let the game decide what's going to happen here first. They've got a chance. I don't want to get spanked like we did against Leipzig away from home earlier on in the season in the league where I lost 4-1. I do not want a repeat of that. We've been on a really good, long, unbeaten run. It feels like it's in danger of just crumbling here. Volland on a 6.2 has frankly been awful. Ben Yedder, advance forward, please. Got to commit more men to the attack here. We're going to leave ourselves open at the back, but to get anything from this game, we need 2 goals, and we need them to come, well, ASAP, really. Can we create something? We've only really had that one Paqueta chance to speak of in terms of replays in our favour as the ball is given away horrifically sloppily. Now Dortmund bring the ball forward. Eggstein finds the back of the net. That is going to be all she wrote. That is a bitter pill to swallow. A game that we've just not turned up for. Maybe it's a bit of a hangover from the game in the Europa League just a couple of days ago. Whatever the reasoning, we have been just absent in this game. Eggstein tucking it away in the bottom corner. Hradeski maybe could have done a little bit better, but Dortmund 3, Bayern 0. I guess we've had to chase the game. We were forced into changes early on, but I mean, look at our centre-backs. 6.3 ratings. Defensively, we've been solid throughout this season. He could be off as well, Vendel. Is that a professional foul as last man? It is. I mean, when it rains, it pours. It goes from bad to worse for us here. There's almost no point in doing anything here. We might as well just play without a left-back for the last couple of minutes. If they score, I'm already too saddened by what I've seen to care. Really disappointing from start to finish this game. If we really want to be in the title fight, we need to up our ideas. This fixture doesn't see us fall completely out of title contention, but when you have a chance to move top of the table, you want to take that opportunity, and ultimately a loss here is going to see us maintain our 3rd place, which at the start of the season I probably would have been happy with, given the opportunity that we had going into this game. It's just, it sucks, basically. I've taken off Aranguiz. He picked up his injury. I've taken off Koa with his injury. I could have continued playing them. They were only knocks, but I don't really want to aggravate the injuries further. It does mean in terms of the title race, Dortmund find themselves maybe creeping back into contention. They are 6 points off Leipzig. Leipzig have superior goal difference. Bayern equal on points with us, but ahead of us on goal difference. Aranguiz out for 5 to 8 days. Lars Bender out for 1 to 3 days. So short-term injuries, but injuries that I'd rather not have. I can't bear to face the press after that. And while we've got a game against Freiburg here in 10th, we really need to win that one in 3 days' time. And then not long after that, it's going to be the German Cup quarter-final, which we're going to do in just a second. Right, got to try and bounce back. Got to try and find some newfound positivity. Don't go anywhere. Let's see how we get on. German Cup quarter-final. Potentially at this point, our best hope of silverware. Okay guys, so we're back here for the game against Leipzig. This, of course, in the German Cup, a big game for us, really. As I alluded to, this might be our best shot at silverware, given how the season is starting to pan out. In the game that we played following Dortmund, we actually drew against Freiburg, which is just not good enough, simply put. 2-2 it finished. You can see here they took the lead in the game once. We pegged them back. They replied absolutely immediately. In the end, it was Kevin Volland, the man of the moment, the hero that we needed in the 88th minute. This following a 76th minutes red card for Lucas Romero. Not his first red card this season either. So yeah, down a man. That late goal from Volland, though, rescued us what could prove to be a crucial point come the end of the season. A bit of a relief, bit lucky perhaps, but well, we'll take it, won't we? In this game, Ben Yedder not having the best of performances. On the other side of things, Volland, man of the match. Paulino also played well. And actually, Sukek also did well. I feel like he deserves a mention because I feel like I only ever mention the fact that he's complaining about stuff. Anyway, we go into the German Cup game today against Leipzig, knowing that this is a good shot at silverware. But I have also got to keep in mind the fact that in 5 days' time, we are going to be taking on Sevilla in the Europa League. So with that in mind, I don't want to go too all out. This is the team that I usually consider kind of our quote-unquote best 11. Obviously, we would normally play this more defensive style. Because of a few injuries, we're not going to be able to play this today. So instead, we're going to make some changes. I'm going to play Jedvaj at right back, I think, for today's game. Fitness is okay, actually. We rotate the team quite heavily for the game against Freiburg, which was a bold decision, I guess, and perhaps even played into the fact we could only draw against them. But honestly, after that Dortmund game, I was so livid. I just felt like the whole team needed to, have time out, think about what they'd done, and there were very few players who survived that game to actually make an appearance. But anyway, we need to plan out our team here. I think like we're going to just go with this team and go with what we know. We're going to play the more defensive system. Perhaps the system I should have deployed against Dortmund in hindsight with a defensive midfielder. Of course, against Dortmund, they weren't playing a centre-attacking mid. But Leipzig, a slightly different team. I believe last time we played them, they played with an attacking midfielder. And I was looking at some of their previous games, they had two. Looks like here, actually, they're going to play a 4-4-2. That could play into our hands quite nicely. I feel like our system should allow us to exploit the gaps between our teams. I'm going to tell the players that we need to get revenge. Of course, last time we played these guys, we lost 4-1. That was not a game that I live-commed, thankfully, my word. If you thought I was mad after that Dortmund game, you should have seen the game against Leipzig. If you can't remember that, I think it was episode 3, I showed the goals. It was Football Manager Match Engine Specialism. But right, let's get untilted, Jack. Fresh eyes, clean head, new game. This is the German Cup quarter-final, a chance to get to the semis, and I believe Bayern are out of the competition as well. I didn't mention it, actually, but obviously, we drew against Freiburg. Other teams have been slipping up around us. Leipzig are 4 points ahead of us, if I remember correctly. Bayern, however, lost, so they are now off the pace as well. And it looks like Leipzig are going to have the title kind of in their own hands, their fate. And while Werner here going to be trying to take their fate, and well, he does. And he makes them have a good fate. That doesn't make sense as an English sentence, does it? Werner, though, 28th goal of the season. That's pretty good. The finish here was pretty special. A little bit Route 1. I mean, I can't be too critical, but questionable defending. Jonathan Tah desperately chasing back. Was not the start we needed, though. That was it. Route 1 straight down the middle. I don't feel like there's a lot tactically you can do against that other than maybe set yourselves up to get deeper. Jedvaj's pulled his groin. Excellent. Right, Lars Bender, come in and play complete wing-back, please. I don't trust Lucas Romero to play right-back after his previous escapades where he was sent off. And, well, we're forced into a change already due to injury. The injuries, I don't know if I'm getting unlucky. I've seen people complaining about the number of injuries in FM, and I kind of often laugh it off and go, you're just not, you need to get used to the game and maybe you're not resting your players enough. I really feel like I've made a big point this season of rotating the team a lot, and the injuries just still seem to be coming thick and fast. Maybe it's user error. Maybe you've been watching me with my team selections and you've noticed some common trends. Or maybe everyone else is right and the injuries are just too high in this beta. I can't work out if I'm getting extremely unlucky or what, but I'd love to hear your perspective on the injuries, good or bad, in the comments of the video. Get it in there. Let's have a chat about injuries in FM19 in the beta. Of course, at the time of this video going out, I believe the full game will just have come out, so maybe it will be slightly improved. But right now, as I play this, the injuries are a little tilting to deal with. Would be the gentle way of putting it. And I'm someone who I feel like is pretty good when it comes to their patience with this game. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. We're 1 goal down. Leipzig have been on top in this match for large spells so far. 50-50 possession. They've had more chances than us on target. We need to be less wasteful with our chances. And while maybe we can try and build something here. Julian Brandt bringing the ball forward. Options around him. Gets tackled, but Volland finds the ball at his feet. Can he finish it? No, he can't. And I thought I was ready to jump out of my seat. Given his form, I would have put my house on Volland to score then. But, well, he couldn't keep his cool like an Eskimo pie, and it's ended up going wide of the mark, skewing that, not even on target. I think that's the thing that sucks the most. You compare that to Werner's finish for their goal, not dissimilar opportunities, really. And one player applied a finish with some composure. Volland there, lacking composure. Who is that diving into a tackle? I don't know, but it leaves us open. The shot goes rocketing over the crossbar. Lars Bender playing right back. I feel like both of the Bender brothers, they get key tackles for us a lot of the time, but they do like a slide tackle. And it does feel like a lot of the time, just how open we're left at the back is born out of the fact that they throw themselves into tackles that they don't necessarily win. Anyway, at half-time, we've had 59% of the ball. We did grow into that game, but we didn't create enough. I'm going to get aggressive. I'm going to get shouty. Show me something better, boys. I mean, the one silver lining here is no red card yet, which is a rarity by our standards. It feels like it's every other game that we get red cards. Maybe I do need to look at changing the gegenpressing style of play that we deploy. I feel like for now I want to stick with what we know this season. It served us well for the most part. You know, we're very much on course to achieve what the goals were this season. We're still in every competition, at least I can say that for the next 35 minutes of this match, that we're in every competition. We do need to step things up though here in this match specifically, and well, Prodeski bails us out in goal. But no, tactical systems, again, I might want to experiment a little bit more. I'd be interested to know. I asked about injuries. What tactical systems have you been using in FM19? What's been working for you? We have 20 minutes left in this game, and our front three, not great. Leon Bailey, I have more faith in him than any other player to come good for us. I'm going to bring in Victor Fischer at inside forward. I was going to play Ben Yedder, but he's not been performing that well. I'm actually going to go with Paulino to spearhead the attack here, and we'll see what he can do for us. We are going to have a chance maybe here before the subs are made. Leon tries to put in the ball, blocked away by Leipzig, and change is going to happen here. We've gone with a roll of the dice, all our subs used. This game would go to extra time if we could pull it level. The game has been pretty close. The difference really has been that our chances just haven't been good enough. And well, we can see here, Leipzig, they've turned up as a whole. Werner's finish at the moment, that route one goal, the difference maker. 5 minutes left in this game. Debatably should have gone a little bit more attacking sooner, but well, we've got a chance here. Leon Bailey, can he find it into the box? He crosses it in. Hacked clear, but only as far as Lars Bender. Can he now do something with it? To Paqueta, to Koa. Goes wide to Lars Bender. On the overlap, Bailey smashes it over the crossbar. It was a half chance really, not really a great opportunity. I'm going to switch our system to attacking, and immediately there's going to be another highlight here. Is this going to be me being punished for going on the attack, or are we going to be able to craft something out, maybe committing a few more men to this attacking play? Looking at it here, Leipzig knocking the ball around well, but Lars Bender wins it high up the pitch, playing right back for us, a role he's not played too often, and now Paulino to Bailey. Lots of men in this attack. The ball given away, but he wins it back well. Players queuing up, pulls it across. It's hacked clear. Bender can't get it where it needs to be. And now Leipzig on the counter. Jonathan Tah, please don't get sent off. Be well behaved, but at the same time, don't concede here. I make it sound so simple. Werner, speculative effort, but well, Leipzig looking now to hit us on the counter. And while time just trickling away A matter of seconds left in this game. I feel like it's game over unless we can score incredibly late here. Koa, Paqueta, have a go. Someone have a shot. Don't let this just fizzle out. It is just going to fizzle out. The referee blows the full-time whistle. The unbeaten run comes to an end. And for the first time in this series, back-to-back losses in live commentaries in the same episode. That is not good enough. 18-16 Munich of the 3rd Division have just beaten Hoffenheim. Fair play to them. Fair play. They're in the semi-final. That's incredible. Jedvai is going to be injured. How long for? It's a short-term injury, but it's an injury nevertheless. 5 to 8 days for him. Bailey could do with a rest. We've got Sevilla in 5 days. That can be your rest, Leon. I'm gonna give you 4 days. I hope that's enough of a rest for you. Please complain to me after the Sevilla game if it's not. In terms of when we'll be back, it has to be for the Sevilla game. German Cup football gone. Our focus now remains on the league and Europe. Sevilla not going to be easy. If we just look here at the Bundesliga, you can see we have leapfrog Bayern actually, so I got a bit confused with my results there. If we look, yeah, you can see they got beaten by Mönchengladbach. On the other side of things, Leipzig continuing to win. So they are looking in pole position right now. Second, though, good for us. A little bit of breathing room over Hoffenheim. Still 10 games left of the season, though, so 30 points on offer. Plenty of time for the league table to change complexion. In terms of the fixtures we've got coming up, after Sevilla, we do have Leipzig. And that's kind of it as far as the real tricky games go. Hoffenheim, I guess, is not going to be an easy one, but some games here that we certainly should be doing better in to end the season. Just a very rough run of form as of late. You know, after the 2 wins last episode against Bordeaux, I was getting pretty positive. But since then, you can see against German opposition, in our last 4 games, we're yet to get a win. And given the good little run of form that we went on around December and kind of January time, either side of the winter break, it's a little disappointing to say the least. Anyway, next episode, we're going to shift our focus onto Sevilla. They're a good team. They're playing in the Spanish division, which actually I don't have loaded with this save, but they're a good team nevertheless. We'll have to see how we get on against them. Just as a little bit of a bonus, because people sometimes ask me, the leagues I've got loaded for this save game here. Usually I would have Spain loaded, so that is a little unusual. I went with the recommended setup for the Bundesliga this time around. But anyway, yeah, that is all from me today, guys. Disappointing doesn't quite cover it. Let me know how you've been finding injuries in the FM19 Beta. What tactical styles have you been using? If you have enjoyed this video, do leave a like. I will chat to you guys next time. I'm going to go and cry myself a river. Hopefully we can bounce back for Sevilla. And yeah, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.